Hey, welcome back. We're here for day 7 of the Chicago NABC. I wasn't going to do a vlog today, but I am going to do one for a couple of special reasons. One, we went along and played after a dreadful day yesterday. We went and played in the one-day Swiss teams, and we ended up coming second. Not only that, we were undefeated for the whole day. We beat 4 teams with the professionals on. We did really well, and we got pipped by a team just having a bigger win in the last match. So we got 93 after 6 matches. Average is 60, so it was a really good performance. I was playing with Miki, never played with Miki before, so I'm going to do a few hands from that for you. The other reason is that tomorrow is the Memorial Day for Sam Amer. Sam Amer was Matt Weingarten's partner. I think he was 29, and he passed away, I think it was the start of April, I don't know the exact date. And there's going to be a memoriam to his memory at the Nationals tomorrow. It might be today when you're seeing this, so it's the Friday. So if you knew Sam Amer, or you knew Beans, or you knew anyone who knew Sam Amer, you're welcome to come along. There's going to be a little service for Sam, nothing religious or anything like that, just to say how great he was. And then there's going to be a knockout speedball. I think it's at 7:30. I'm going to show you later in the video roughly where the room is, but if you want to come along at 7:30, even just to pay respects and not play bridge, or you just want to get a bit more bridge played, that's where we'll be, so I'll talk about that. However, tomorrow I'm playing with Bork Talk, and I thought what I'd do is I'd dress up for Bork Talk. So I've been wearing Hawaiian shirts all week. Tomorrow he will either know what I'm going to do because he'll have seen this video, or be quite surprised when I'm going to wear the reddest suit I own. So I'm going to wear the whole red suit with a red shirt, and I'm going to wear that tomorrow, and I'll be playing bridge in a suit and shirt, and it'll be bright red. I forgot to bring my fez. I was going to wear a fez as well, but that's what I'm going to be wearing tomorrow, so you've got a bit of a heads up for tomorrow's video. But yeah, I'm just going to go through a couple of hands, so it's not going to be a long video today, and then I'll show you roughly where in the venue you can see, or you can seek out Sam Amer's memorial. But yeah, that's what's going to happen in this video today in Chicago 2023. So the first hand, you get to 4 spades by south, and you're playing against Jan Jesmer. I think I've said his name wrong, but he's a lovely man, so he'll let me off. And they lead the Queen of Diamonds against 4 spades. It's kind of spade, 2 spades by north, 4 spades by south, and you're just trying to plan how to make the contract. So have a quick think if you'd like to have a go about what you'd do here. So the Queen of Diamonds promises the Jack, denies the King. It could just be from Queen X or Stiff Queen, so we don't know. But what we decide to do is hold the trick. So what we decide to do is, when it goes small, small, you can decide to take it or duck it. So we decide to duck it just to see what's going on. Maybe they'll switch to a club. Maybe they'll give me a free heart finesse or something like that. Trick 2, they play the Jack of Diamonds. This also goes small, small. Now what do you do? Well, if you take this, you can try and draw trumps, and if trumps drawn in 2 rounds, you can then concede a diamond and then throw dummies clubs on your diamonds, and then ruff your losing clubs in the north hand, or throw one on the ace of hearts. But the danger is the King of Diamonds is with east. It's on your right hand side, and the only way you can go off it, you're already losing 2 diamonds. The only other losers you could possibly have is a trump loser, if trumps don't break, and a club loser. Well, you're only going to have a club loser if East can play clubs and the King's offside. And if you take this diamond, East can win the 3rd diamond and play a club through, and if East has, or West has, a trump trick, they might be able to then cash the King of clubs. More so East than West, because obviously if West has a trump trick, you can give that to them before you concede the diamond. So what I did at trick 2 is I just ducked again. So we duck again, and you can see what happens there. When you look at the full hand, they can't attack clubs. We've kept the danger hand off lead. We've kept East off lead. East can't get in to lead a club through. East does have a trump entry to get to lead a club through, but it's too late. I can rise with the ace of clubs on East wins if East wins their trump, and I can just start cashing my diamonds. So what does West do at trick 3? Well, they don't really know what to do. They didn't really have a clear indication in my hand. For some reason, they've been left to cash their 2 diamond tricks, and for whatever reason. So they switched to a heart, I tried the queen and I was able to throw 2 clubs away, and then just claim 10 when I found out I had a trump loser. So that felt pretty good. It's one of those ones that, as a problem after the event, you get it right a bit easier than you do at the table. So I was pleased to get it right. But we were playing a really good team, and the bidding and play were identical at both tables. Both tables ducked the first 2 rounds of diamonds and then won the heart switch of the queen. So that was a flat board, good play all round. So the second hand we've got is this powerhouse here. We were vulnerable. I think both sides are vulnerable. And it's you to open. I think you've got 2 choices. I think there will be a lot of players who would advocate bidding a spade on the sand, and then there will be a lot of players advocate on bidding 2 clubs. I'm playing with Miki. We've not played together before. I decided to bid 2 clubs, just to try and get the strength of my hand across, not trying to have to catch later. May or may not be the correct bid on the hand, and especially since it went 4 clubs on my left, pass from Miki, 5 clubs on my right. So already I'm at the 5 level. I've got a void in the suit they've bid. I've got a big powerful hand. We could still make slam, but Miki's passed 4 clubs. It could be right to double it. Could be right to bid 5 spades and so on. So we need to decide what to do. And again, it's an unfamiliar partnership. We have not many agreements, but I think double for Miki over 4 clubs would have been takeout. I think we have on the same wavelength, at least there. So all you know is the partner hasn't got a takeout of clubs, which means if partner had short clubs, if they've got like a 10 or 11 card fit, maybe partner could have stretched to do a takeout double. So it's likely Miki's got club length. Well, where do I envisage us playing? Well, in theory, we could defend 5 clubs doubled. We could be playing in 5 or 6 of one of the other 3 suits. But it's about what's going to score the best. Now, both sides are vulnerable. And what do you do over 5 clubs? Do you bid 5 spades? I think that's one option. Do you double? I think that's the second option. Or do you pass? I think that's the third option. And I decided, and I don't know if this is right, I decided to pass. And my theory behind passing is I'm going to let partner do what they think is right. And I think partner's going to do one of 3 things. They're going to double some of the time when they've got club values, or they're going to bid one of the 2 red suits. So they're going to bid 5 diamonds or 5 hearts. And I was decided if partner decides to volunteer 5 of a red suit, that I would raise to 6. Obviously, if partner bids 5 spades, I would easily raise to 6. So there we go. A third option you've got is if you pass and partner doubles, you could pull it, and that would show a really good hand. But you've sort of shown a really good hand by opening 2 clubs and then passing 5 clubs. If you just had a balanced 22, 23 count, you just double 5 clubs. You just say, okay, this is fine, I'll take the money. So when you pass 5 clubs, I think it must show, again, without partnership agreement, I think it must show some desire to bid on. And when you've got some desire to bid on and you've not just bid, it means you've probably got some desire to bid 6. So Miki can look at his hand, he can decide whether we've got 6 on or not and go from there. The full hand was as follows. You can see his hand as north. He has a stack of club values. He didn't have a takeout double of 4 clubs. He was probably going to pass the reopening double of 4 clubs, but East volunteered 5 clubs. Not sure I fully agree with East's 5 club bid. I think once partner's preempted, you should just let them have done the damage and so on. But maybe East just is sure that we've got 6 on, which we have. We can make 6 spades. It just needs one of the 2 red suit finesses. But we got 1100 there. We lost the imps on the board, but obviously it's one of those tricky decisions you've got. Their East-West spade made it much more difficult for us to find spades. For us to get to 6 spades, one of the 2 hands, north or south, just has to take a rosy view. Effectively, if I bid 5 spades over Miki's double, I've shown a really good hand, and I think Miki would have raised. There's a chance if I bid 5 spades over 5 clubs, Miki might raise anyway. But if Miki doesn't raid 5 spades, then the best thing we can do on the board is to catch them in clubs. We got 1100. If I bid 5 spades and Miki hasn't got a hand he can raise, we're only going to get 650, 680 or even go off. So I'm happy with the amount of points we got, given they made our life difficult. So I met Sam Amer. He was on my Reynolds team for 2 or 3 Reynolds matches. Basically, we had a team, and Beans' regular partner was Sam, so Beans got Sam in on the team, even though he didn't do Discord. He wasn't part of the, not that he wasn't part of the community, he didn't have Discord, so every time we scheduled a match, Beans had to message Sam separately. And he was great. He was a great teammate, great person. Really thankful to people for having him on the team. Every time we saw him online, he'd say hi. Complimented Cooper on a great defence on a match that we ended up winning, where Cooper gave a rough and discard to beat a contract. It's the only defence to beat it. Just really loved bridge, and I met him when I was at New Orleans last time out. Just always had a smile on his face. People like chatting to him. He always came over and goes, "Hey, how's it going?" That sort of thing. I can't exactly remember his affectations, but he was always pleased to see people and talk about bridge. So it is a shame that we won't get to see him again. But if you want to know where the memorial is, just look at this video. I'm going to point it out to you. It's in the hotel where the event's being played, and it'll be 7:30 on Friday. So here we are. I'm just directing you to where the Amer Memorial is. We're in the bar. It's on floor 3, and the Amer Memorial is behind that. Oops, there we go. I'm not going to think behind that curtain, I believe. So if you're coming tomorrow for the Amer Memorial, that's where it is. So I hope to see you all there tomorrow. We've got one final hand from today's play. This was a lead problem, effectively. And lead problems are always a bit biased, because as soon as you know it's a lead problem, people will deviate from the normal lead. They'll go, "Oh, I won't lead from King, Queen, Jack to 4 because I've been given it as a problem. I'm going to lead my doubleton spade for whatever reason." So anyway, so take that with a pinch of salt. East opens, everyone's vulnerable. East opens, this is from the last match we played. East opens a spade. I elect to bid 2 clubs, and I think 2 clubs is right for many reasons. One, you want partners to lead a club against 3M. If you're defending a suit contract, it's likely to spades and you're on lead anyway. But when partners on lead against 3N, you really want them to lead a club from Queen X, King X, Ace X, think that sort of thing, because you've got the entries and you've got the setting length. So I think it's absolutely fine. I think you're also happy to compete. If partner's got, for example, a singleton red card and Queen to 4 or King to 4 clubs, you're happy to compete. You've not got many losers in that case, and even 5 clubs might be a cheap save against 4 spades some of the time. So you bid 2 clubs. West doubles. Your partner bids 3 clubs. He's got strong ways of doing that. And then East jumps to 4 diamonds. Now 3 diamonds wouldn't be forcing in their system, we asked afterwards. So I pass. West bids 4 spades. He goes, "Pass, pass. I have nothing else to say. I'm not going to bid 5 clubs here. I've got a fair bit of defence here." And I pass. Now, it feels like East has got a distributional hand, and it feels like East has got a strong hand. So what would you lead, and what are the best chances to beat for spades? Now, my guess is most of the time that West will have only 2 spades. So that's one thing to consider. But it doesn't stop East having 6 spades. It doesn't stop East having 5 really good spades or something like that. But there is a chance that partner's got a stack of spades here. Partner could have 5 spades, fair proportion of the time here. And the issue, what you want if partner's got 5 spades, is you want to force them with clubs. So if you lead clubs, partner's got 5 spades, brill. But it sounds like the points, they've got a lot of East. If West has enough to double 2 clubs and bid at the 2 level, and East has got enough to jump to 4 diamonds, partner won't have much. So unless partner's got exactly the ace of clubs, and even that might not be good enough, we might not have the time or energy to force them. So if partner's not got the ace of clubs, we could lead a club, they could win the ace, and then they could just start drawing trumps or knock out one of my red aces. And if partner's not got the king of clubs, or we can't attack clubs from the hands we're in. So anyway, I kind of talked myself out of a club lead, and what I decided to lead was, I thought the best chance of beating this naturally, and needing partner to have the least amount of things, was to hope that he's got a singleton diamond. Now, one of the benefits of leading the ace of diamonds is you can have a look at dummy, and if it's right to switch to a club, then, for example, if dummy's got king, king third or something like that, maybe you can switch to a club and find partner with the ace and start forcing them. But if you lead the ace of diamonds, you might be able to get partner 2 diamond, so without partner having any other sources of tricks as such. And that's what I did. I led the ace of diamonds, rightly or wrongly, and the full hand was as follows. So it went, I'll just show you the play. Ace of diamonds, small, and obviously from the bidding you know that partner has a stiff diamond, and then you give suit preference with diamonds. It's a very difficult suit preference thing to read. 5, partner roughs with one of his 5 spades. And now partner looked around. He did look around. He couldn't see the 4 of diamonds. He hasn't seen the 4 of diamonds. So maybe I've got ace 5 4. But more importantly, he can't get me in with the club. Looking at the ace queen of clubs in dummy. So partner played another a small heart to my ace, and I gave partner the last diamond rough. If I can do it, there we go. And then partner got one more diamond rough, and then declarer effectively shrugged his shoulders and claimed. I haven't worked out whether a club lead beats it. I feel like it probably does. In fact, we can probably go back and do that. So if we lead the jack of clubs, chick 1, and they win with the ace, pitching, let's say a heart, and if we just go to gib, I think it tells us if it can make it or not. I think it said it there. It looks like it's going to go off. There we go. Yeah, so it looks like it's always one off here. They're just going to get forced. But I didn't know that at the time. Found a good lead. Pity it wasn't. It was rewarded in the fact that teammates bid 3N, which is a much better contract. 3N and 5 diamonds are called. 4 spades is not. I found an interesting way to beat it, but obviously a club lead beats it too. So that was my last match. Effectively, that board won us the last match, and we won the last match by 12 imps, or 15 VPs, to win, to go on and finish second by 1 VP.